Hey, Sandra, thank you so much for taking out the time to share your experience about the
Uh,
8-week sales mastery course with other firm owners that might be considering enrolling in our 8-week sales mastery course. But before we start, I'd love it if you could share where you're at in the country and what kind of firm do you have?
I live in Paris, Tennessee, and it is one CPA. I'm the only CPA, and I have a staff accountant and an administrative assistant. So, but
Awesome.
we're a full service CPA firm.
Lovely. And what were you struggling most in your full service CPA firm before you met us? And struggling with more around sales, pricing, and dealing with the clients.
Yes, all of those. um, I think I was just frustrated just because we were on track to be losing money the rest of the year. And like it's frustrating to me because I help other small business owners know what they need to do. And I even advised one client to increase his prices and his cash flow issue, cleared up. But I couldn't see that for myself. And I didn't really have a process of how to go about doing that.
Got it.
So I was just desperate for help and accountability.
Yeah. I'm glad you found us for the help and the accountability, but what was the turning point for you when you're like, I'm helping business owners increase their prices, get their cash flow better. Why am I not doing it for myself? Like, what was that moment you decided to reach out for help and say, I've got to change this for myself? What was like that rock bottom for you?
Um, like I said, I think the rock bottom was when I realized that we were going to be in a loss the rest of the year. Like I was forecasting out a loss because we pretty much got all of our tax returns done. There's just very few extensions that we have left to do
Mhm.
that we'll be invoicing for, and just taking our monthly numbers, knowing my expenses, and just realizing that. And that's not, that was the other thing, is knowing that I'm a 30 plus year experienced CPA. And I think I was forecasting making like, it was less than 100,000. I think it was like 80 something. So, and I had started just looking at jobs online to apply for a CPA. Just because, I mean, I could get six figures and going, doing exactly what I'm doing, but working for somebody else.
Yeah.
So,
And why did you decide not to do that and end up enrolling in our 8-week sales mastery course to change the whole trajectory of your firm since you've had 30 years of experience and you're worth so much more?
um, I watched a webinar, our practice management software. I watched a webinar, and I think it was you and somebody else, and you were just talking about it. And I um, had like a complimentary phone call with Molly,
Mhm.
and like she just, I don't know, I guess she convinced me just because I was just so desperate. I was looking for anything that would help me,
Mhm.
just anything that I could find that where I could be better, I guess.
Yeah. And how has the program helped you, Sandra? How have you felt now compared to where you were? And what are some of those like aha moments and wins or a celebration that you've had in just the short 8 weeks together?
I think the very first thing was, and I say this all the time now, I don't give away free advice anymore.
Mhm.
Um, it sounds silly now, but just that one thing, just not giving away advice. And even the other thing was calling clients to get collect the AR, accounts receivable,
How
I mean,
much in total did you collect?
I didn't have that much. I think it was like 15,000 when I started.
Yeah.
Um, but still, that still could be in my bank account. Um, and then the other thing I think is the process, having the process and the accountability for the homework and knowing that somebody was going to be messaging me if I didn't get my homework turned in. So, but just like I said, the process, and now I have tools that I can go back to and I can use, and I'm still tweaking some of the
Yeah.
things because I went through it fairly fast, really fast the first time, just because we had deadlines going on. So I'm going back through it now, and and of course I've learned more even since then through the coaching calls, the Tuesday coaching calls. I've just learned more, and so now I can see some things that I want to do different with the processes that I'm working on putting in place.
I love it. Did you have any fears, hesitations, or doubts, Sandra, that this wouldn't work for you before
Yes.
you just, okay, can you share some of those thoughts about what you had before you just said, okay, I'm going to take the leap and go for it? Take us through that thought process that you had, because I'm sure there's other firm owners listening right now that, like you're a CPA, you're taught to be skeptic, right? Like they're
Yeah.
skeptical or, sharing those initial objections that you had before you decided to engage with us.
Um, like I don't know that I really had any objections before I decided to engage just because I was so desperate. But the fear, even calling clients, I watched that video multiple times, and even now I still watch it. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just, it's hard for me to ask people to pay me,
Hmm.
but why wouldn't they? Because, I've done work, I've done service for them.
Yeah.
So that's, the normal thing, normal way of things. But even just getting on a discovery call or just with the service, something that I would have probably done for free before, and now I'm asking for it. I just, I don't know. I was just fearful of that. But, I met with somebody yesterday and I told her, you know, went through it all with her, told her that everything was going to be great whenever she finished, this conversion. And, I told her the price and she was like, okay. So something that I probably very possibly might not have charged or charged less than
Yeah.
what I would have. Yeah.
Love it.
I don't know. I guess it's going to, I feel like it's going to take some time to keep on building on that and building on
Totally.
that.
Yeah, you
But
laid the foundation. So I guess I'm curious, Sandra, like how do you see now the success of your future in the firm, where you don't have to get a job, you can hit over six figures, you have this confidence to now charge for things where you used to just do everything for free. Like,
right.
share with us now how optimistic you are about the future of your firm.
Oh, I'm very optimistic because, like, I'm really excited about getting um, new clients, being able to go and work on getting better at the discovery calls.
Mhm.
And, I even had an epiphany yesterday that I don't have to do the traditional CPA firm where we're so busy during tax season. I could get, whatever I want my top line revenue to be. If I want it to be 300,000, then I could get 25 clients at 1,000 a month, and then that could be like I can't even imagine
Mhm.
only talking to 25 clients during tax season. Like that
Right.
would just be like I don't know, but so, I mean, that's something that we're working towards, I guess.
Yeah,
And
it's a great optimistic vision and it's
yeah,
completely possible.
yeah.
So if you could tell yourself 3 months ago, Sandra, you were watching one of these videos, you're another firm owner's watching this. They thought that they probably need to just go get a job and that they should just throw in the towel on their firm. They're maybe desperate like you were. What would you share with them now going through the 8 week sales mastery course that you wish maybe you would have heard in one of these videos?
Um, I think I wish I'd have had it sooner. I think, this is my fourth year in business and we made a lot of mistakes. I think if I had started doing this sooner, I think that things would be better now, but it is what it is. We're going forward. I feel like there's still some tough conversations ahead, and that's
Yep.
okay. But I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, no, totally it does. Is there anything else you would share with another firm owner that might be considering enrolling in the 8 week sales mastery course that also might be like you? Like maybe it's just easier to get a job and it's just kind of like, they're a few years in making all the same mistakes, barely making ends meet and wondering how come I'm not even making 100,000 and I've got all this years of experience. Is there
Right.
anything else you would want to share with a firm owner of what you learned being here in the course, or just that thing that might help them make the decision to make a change so they don't have to get
Um, I mean, it's definitely worth the investment, and I would do it again. Um, and I'm grateful that I was able to participate. Um, like I have some friends that I want to, invite, and I think it would be beneficial to them.
Yeah.
And um,
And you just wish you found us 4 years earlier.
yes, that is true. That
That's
is so true. Yeah.
awesome. Well, Sandra, I
What's
think
something I
you've
was going to say?
created a lovely foundation in your firm. I think
Yeah.
you've got lots of opportunity ahead to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in your firm and only have 25 clients. It's completely
Right.
possible.
Right.
Um, and I just want to say thank you for taking out the time to share your experience of working with us here at the Abundant Accountant in our 8 week sales mastery course. So thank you.
Yeah. And I am continuing on with the coaching too. So
Yes,
just
you are.
because I feel like there's some stuff that I didn't get right the first time,
Mhm.
and just even sending out price increase letters, um, I wouldn't even have known where to
Yeah.
start on that. And just the process that we had that I learned was so beneficial. So,
Thank you. Yeah. Well, now you've got your process, you've got your tools, you've got your letter. We've got lots of work to continue to do to grow your revenue. And I'm just so proud of everything that you've done up until this point. So thank you so much for sharing with others as well.
you're welcome. Thank you.